It's official. The Warhammer 40k cards are now on Magic Online. There's a lot of really strong cards for Eternal formats like Poxwalker, Chaos Defiler, and I've got a few of them to showcase in this first iteration of a Tinker deck for Warhammer 40k. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Warhammer 40k Magic Online League. The cards have finally made it onto Magic Online, I'll bet with a bit of a reserved list caveat. So, get them while you can, I guess. We have some sweet ones here. What I've done is I've taken a deck that was played a couple times over in Asia's Paper Vintage Championship. There is this one ring controlling style deck with Transmute Artifact. People were playing some Chaos Defilers and I don't know how to pronounce this, Sicarian Infiltrators in it. And so that's what we're going to do today. I've changed the list a little bit to be a little bit more to my liking, but the idea is that we are a blue workshop deck, recouping card advantage with the One Ring, filtering workshop mana with the Relic of Sauron, and then we have a sweet transmute package where our Infiltrator here, which is a 1/2 flash with Squad being you can pay 2 any number of times and you get that many copies of this. Every copy has ETB draw card. We can take one of these copies and turn it into a One Ring. We could also turn a One Ring or a Relic into a Chaos Defiler, killing a non-land permanent. This is one of those, if it's a multiplayer card, but, it's legal. So it's for each opponent. When it enters or dies, choose a non-land permanent that player controls and destroy one of those at random. When there's only one opponent, you don't have to destroy anything at random. You just choose one of your opponent's things and you kill their non-land permanent. Paradox Engine is a combination gaming with the One Ring, where you activate the One Ring, draw a million cards, cast a Moxen, and untap the One Ring, and draw a million cards, and untap the One Ring, and you do the winning. Also, we can change this Chaos Defiler into a Bolus Citadel. Kind of a little powerful interaction there. So yeah, this is a deck list that we have played on the channel before, very similar to other decks involving the One Ring and Relic of Sauron and Workshop. We've just tuned it a little bit, and I actually think that this Infiltrator does seem like it's a card that would make this deck better. It's going to up your blue count. It's going to give you ways to transmute into the One Ring, which you didn't have before, which I think is actually a pretty powerful interaction. I think this Squad is part of the casting cost, so we should be able to pay it with Workshop, which is a pretty interesting little addition as well. Sideboard is just a vintage sideboard cards. You got anti-Bazaar, anti-Artifact, and anti-Combo. And anti-Mono White, I guess you have to say now as well. I'm pretty excited. I think these cards are pretty interesting. I have also acquired Poxwalkers. Poxwalkers is the card I think is going to be the most playable on in Vintage on Magic Online. It's already seen a lot of play in Paper. The only problem with Poxwalkers right now is there's a bug where the Warhammer 40k cards do not show up in like search lists. So if you were to like Cabal Therapy yourself, which is one of the strongest cards with Poxwalkers is Cabal Therapy, you wouldn't be able to name Poxwalkers, which I think is actually enough of a bug where I'm going to wait until that's fixed before playing with some maybe Poxwalkers Hogak, Poxwalkers Dredge, a bunch of shells like that. So for now, we're going to stick to blue Tinker decks as we normally do on this channel, and we're going to play some Infiltrators and Chaos Defilers. See you in round one. Have you ever wanted to win your own real Black Lotus? The legendary NYSE Vintage Tournament returns this June 22nd on Long Island in New York. 15 proxy, high stakes, paper vintage action with 8 whole pieces of unlimited power as prizes. You are not going to want to miss it. Check out more information in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. All right, round one. I've got... Oh, I'm keeping this one for sure. I don't have any blue mana, but we can get there. Well, I'm pretty sure Workshop can pay for the Squad cost, so I think it's a little better than a 3 mana 1/2 transmute or a 3 mana cantrip, but I don't know. I'm not like saying this card is going to be good. I just am very interested in testing it because people have told me it's reasonable. So we'll see. I'm interested. I'm always willing to try cards, especially blue cards. Are we really mental misstepping in Gataxian Probe? I mean, it's really good for me because now my Soul Ring and my Sensei's Top don't get mental misstepped, but I mean, we're just gonna force pitching set Infiltrator and just go for Tinker Citadel. So hopefully there's a blue card in the or a blue mana here. Oh my lord, there is not a blue mana here. Okay. So we go draw, workshop. Does it make any sense to draw workshop right now? It does, right? If we get wastelanded, it's worse, right? Like hitting our land drop is pretty nice, but like if it gets wastelanded, it's really bad for us, right? Because we can't spin and play the ring on the next turn no matter what. Whereas if we draw workshop right now, then we can play the ring next or play the top next turn, draw with the ring, replay the top. Sorry, draw the ring with the top, cast the ring, draw the top, replay the top. Opponent is that 75% of vintage decks play wasteland right now. Oh wait, is that Force of Will? 75% of vintage decks play Force of Will? What's the wasteland stat? It's pretty high too. 73% of vintage decks play Force of Will, and then 65% of vintage decks play Wasteland. Any deck? Bizarre? I'm gonna not play into Wasteland for no reason. So, Goldfish has a format staples page, which I previously would not have recommended. However, now that Daybreak is introducing all the data and not just the top 32 results, it actually is a pretty good indicator of the format because not that many less legalists are published than full data from challenges. So like it's not 100% correct, but like this page is actually fairly accurate now in comparison to what it was before Daybreak started releasing the data. So that's like not true, Chess. Like there are absolutely times where you wasteland before playing the Bazaar. My opponent had Force as well. Okay, all right. Well, you got me. Ancestral Force misstep, huh? It's Doomsday. They pitched preordain. Uh-oh. Sounds bad for me. Resolves. Yeah, people make odd plays all the time, though. I mean, I guess it could be like a set, like some kind of blue controlling deck, but. So I draw into Relic, which fixes me for blue or black. Okay. If I don't die, my opponent has 5 cards in hand after resolving Ancestral, and I have no forces anymore, so. Oh, it could be Beseech, yeah. I don't know. Preordain is like a weird card to play in a lot of those decks. I think it's just Doomsday. I think we're just going to die on this turn. My opponent's hand was too strong. Yep. I don't know, man. People say Doomsday's bad, but it's still broken. It's still so broken. I guess, to be fair, any hand that has any deck that has Ancestral Force of Will, Mental Misstep in their opening hand is going to be broken. That's just kind of the vintage format, right? Our hand was really good, too. It just wasn't as good as our opponent's. Yeah, well, blue-black Lurrus is not a huge mana percentage. I'm also surprised it got through, but I don't know. Right now, right now the deck isn't doing super well, so pretty hard to complain. I think me complaining about Doomsday is very similar to other people complaining about decks they don't like. So it's more like that. It's more I just get murdered by Doomsday on turn 1 and turn 2 every game, and no one else does, it seems. Yeah. I mean, we got brutally murdered there. That's for sure. We don't actually have very many cards for a Doomsday matchup. We have some Mindbreak traps, right? I mean, we are kind of pre-boarded for Doomsday in the fact that we have 7 forces. Probably do not need a Chaos Defiler here. And we probably don't need a Chain of Vapor here. This is probably enough. Was it? I don't know. You could go look at the history of vintage thing if you wanted to see that. I have it linked, I think, inside of BNR in the BNR channel. I have that thing linked. This one, made by Smenin. See if you're correct. Doomsday. You are correct. Oh no, that's the notable printing of Doomsday in 1997, and then Type 1 is rebranded to Vintage in 2004, and Doomsday is unrestricted. Interesting. So 2004. Huh. Yeah, I guess we don't need a basic island. Is it like better than a Chain of Vapor or Chaos Defiler or a Needle? I don't know. I guess it's a blue card, so probably fine. You are correct. Probably don't need an island. I did add an extra island to the deck, so we should probably be taking out an island in matchups that don't wasteland us. No, I mean, I added an extra island to the deck already. I don't think the deck needs an island to function. I think it's like, so a lot of vintage decks, you have an extra land more than they need to function because there are so many wastelands and previously Sphere of Resistances in the format. So like you'll typically find decks have more lands than they need in vintage. And boarding out basic against non-wasteland decks is just a lot, right? A lot of the time. All right, I didn't get Mental Misstep this time. They have Steel, Sabotage, Duress, Force, Doomsday, Preordain. That sounds really bad for us. I guess this Infiltrator might be sick. I don't have enough mana, though. If I draw like a Workshop, it's kind of sick, right? I guess it's still 1 mana short of being good. So I'm getting my Ring to rest here, or my Force of Will to rest. One of the two. I think it'd be worse for me if this Lorien got to rest, so... I mean, I assume they're just gonna take the ring, because if they don't, they have to force it, because they have a Steel Sabotage, but they tapped out for for this reason. Some reason. I know the reason. Wait, what did they take? They took the force so that they can force the ring? I mean, I feel like forcing the ring is a good outcome for us here. These transmute artifacts are looking a little silly. But I guess if I resolve an Infiltrator, they're pretty good. Though my Infiltrator can get Steel Sabotage. Though this makes copies, right? So I can have 2 copies and you can't Steel Sabotage them both. Kind of sick. Kind of sweet. All right, Force. Oh, they pitch Steel Sabotage. That makes perfect sense to me. I mean, I think my opponent's going to just draw Dark Ritual and kill us based on game 1, but we'll see. I mean, Doomsday is it's very classic for Doomsday to just like force all your cards that matter and kill you on turn 1 and turn 2, right? That's just the whole deck. Squad is as additional cost to casting the spell. Oh, you're right. It's not putting additional copies on the stack. Oh. Oh, reading the card explains the card, huh? No, you are correct. It is an additional cost. It's like a kicker, but it's on the ETB. You make extra copies. Oh, that's not how I thought it worked. I thought we were putting like storm infiltrators on the stack. Okay, cool. Top. Interesting. That seems bad for me. No, tokens are copies. They have 3 CMC. We can transmute them into rings. I think there was a point in Magic where tokens did have 0, but I don't believe that's the case anymore. Sometimes I forget. Been playing Magic for like 15, 20 years or whatever. Things get a little loopy in your head. Yeah, but they're copies of a card that has a converted mana cost. Lorien revealed. I feel like we want to cast this Infiltrator for 1 and try to be able to hit a land drop so that we can then I can't even transmute this up because I need an extra mana. I would have to hit something else. I mean, I need a force is what I mean. That's not bad. That's definitely not the worst card I've ever drawn. I'm going to scare them by representing Pyroblast. All right, so they only kept 1 card off of Preordain. We know they have a Doomsday. Oh, Watery Grave. Maybe we should have had the Surveil land. Oh, I could change this Infiltrator into a Citadel by going up 3. That's kind of nuts, actually. Treasury Artifact's a cool card. All right, well, Mindbreak Trap is online here, so 2 cards in my opponent's hand. Sweet. So the only problem with Transmute into Citadel is we don't play around days. But like transmuting into the 1 ring is like not good enough, right? It's just not good enough. I do play around days. How does that work? Oh, you mean because you pay after? I mean, I guess they could daze us then, but they would have to be really in tune with how that works, I guess. Okay, you're right. This is worded really interestingly. All right, so I'm going to change my cantrip into a Citadel. It's kind of nice. I kind of like that a lot. Relic of Sauron. I like this a lot. Hold on. Kind of want a picture of this. How do I get a picture of this? No! They quit. Well, the main reason is to transmute it into the 1 ring. But Citadel, like, if I have a billion mana, I have a billion mana, right? So, why not? It's okay. I have a force, but I also have a hand that is garbage. Oh, I forgot we were a Saga deck. I feel like I'm not allowed to mulligan this hand though, right? Like I have a force I have to keep, or no? I'm against Doomsday. I need to keep a hand that has a force. I do have 7 forces and 2 Mindbreak Traps in my deck. The thing is, like, I have to mulligan to a force, but I guess most of my hands have force. Like, the majority of my hands will have a force of will in them. Like, more than 60% of my hands or something like that. And this is already a mold to 6. But, I mean, I would keep this on 6 if I didn't have a Citadel, right? I don't know. I feel like this can go really badly. If I rip a Workshops, I would definitely like this hand. I mean, even then, it's, like, still kind of slow, but... I'll try mulliganing. It's fine. Like, I mean, I'm keeping this. It doesn't have a force, but I'm keeping it. 6 mana, 7 mana. I mean, this hand might just be worse. I might just die on turn 1, right? It has a nice double threat, though. So if I get to rest, it's pretty good. This is like playing Bad Jewel, right? Ah! I'm getting turn 1'd. Oh, I'm not getting turn 1'd? You love to see it. I swear, I swear Doomsday players have companion Black Lotus. Oh, shit. What are we doing with our lives here? I think they have days, which is why I'm playing it this way. God, I'm so good at this game sometimes. Is this just like demonic ancestral? I feel like it has to be. Add any combination, blue and black, please. Demonic Tutor. Ancestral Recall. Oh, this is the worst game of all time. Like, come on, man. All right, whatever. Doomsday, cantrip, kill you. I have a lot of 1-drops in my deck, huh? I mean, I think it's by far the best choice I could have made. So, I mean, I could have, like, theoretically, I could just take a Tinker, right? And then on the next turn, I have Tinker and Ring, but I don't know. 3 cards seems really good when I have all these forces and blue cards in my deck. So I guess this is dig through time then. Sure. Leaving Lotus. I mean, we're just super dead, right? Like, Doomsday is just operating on all cylinders and kicking our butt. I don't know. Classic. Picks a fun deck, gets the Doomsday. I mean, we have, like, I think this deck has a pretty reasonable Doomsday matchup, theoretically, right? It's 7 forces plus Saga. This deck doesn't look bad against Doomsday at all. But Doomsday against Justin is definitely on a different level. Mental Misstep is not a bad draw by any means either. I'm going to use my workshop and this mana crypt because I want to be able to draw Saga off the ring. And I can't loot anyways, so... I got the ring resolved, but the ring is just a cantrip at the moment. Another Relic of Sauron. All right. All right, well, I have a mental misstep, and my opponent has cast Dig Through Time and has 6 cards in hand with their Doomsday deck. So, see how that goes. Got him! I'll take damage. Should have held your misstep. I cannot activate the ring's ability. It requires 3 and a tap. Next turn I can, though, and I'll have the 1 ring activated. Sorry, the relic ability. I mean, if we're making it to my next turn, I think we're in a good spot. Oh, I guess I do have a mana crypt and a ring in play. Maybe I should have not taken 2 damage. Uh-oh. Personal tutor? No, probably not. I just wanted to not get flusterstormed, but I guess that was really stupid of me. Wait, what the heck? We just completely bricked off here? What is going on? All right, I'm going to play one of these out and then activate my Relic of Sauron here to draw 2 cards and discard a card. Okay. So I will discard a workshop, and then I can cast Mana Vault and then use my Relic of Sauron to cast Lorien Revealed off of my... God, this deck is so cool, man. I guess I get dazed from here. New One Ring. I need a force. I need a force. I've seen 0 of my 7 Force of Wills in my top 19 cards. It's bad. I have a Mind Break Trap, but I want a force. I'm also taking 3, 4, 5 damage on my next turn. This is why you play Chain of Vapor, Chess. This is why you play Chain of Vapor. I cut the Chain of Vapor, didn't I? Oh no, it's still in my deck. Sick. I did like make my position more difficult by not just paying blue mana for Mental Misstep. So my opponent Demonic consulted for force. Oh, they're just killing me with force backup. Oh, I'm getting necroed. Wait, what happened? My opponent cast Demonic Consultation, naming Dark Ritual. I see. I don't think you want to pay for Mana Vault. You have like all this. You need like this blue mana. You just take the damage. All right, well, this is pretty bad, right? My opponent gets to draw 12 cards here or whatever. Something like that. Don't think I'm cycling this Lorien. I guess we're just transmuting for a Paradox Engine, so... Actually, like, we just need to find a force that we can... we can hard cast Mind Break Trap, right? So we're definitely not paying for Mana Vault. Our plan is to cast Transmute on a Relic of Sauron, turn it into a Paradox Engine, and then cast Mind Break Trap off of our Relic of Sauron to protect it. Opponent did not draw enough cards here. This is not nearly enough cards. How much cards did they draw? 4, 8, 9? I would have drawn like 14. I would not be going into this hand without like Doomsday combo plus double force. I would have drawn another 4 cards at least. I think this game is very winnable. We do need to have some backup for our transmute, but if we transmute for a paradox engine, I think we're in a deeply winning position. So I'll just take the 1,000,000 damage here. And my opponent is going to try to win the game on the next turn. I'm trying not to give them a next turn. Well, there's no way a construct is attacking, so. All right, so I'm looking to just draw force off of my one ring. I did not draw force, but I did draw the ability to cast more Mindbreak traps, so that's got to be good enough. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make blue off of this relic. And then I'm going to transmute artifact. Oh, I guess Lorien Revealed is the only spell I can cast. That's kind of annoying, isn't it? That might be a problem, actually. This is a hard cast. They have an opposition agent? I think playing the Moxon is better, though, because I need to be able to cast 2 Mindbreak traps, right? I guess I should have held the Sapphire. You were right. I should not have cast the Sapphire. Yes. I would like to transmute artifact. Do I care about opposition agent? What? Oh, wait. This is bad for me, isn't it? Like, I don't have the Sapphire anymore, so I'm going to lose. Wow. No, this is so bad for me. I think I need to... Wow. I think I need to let... Oh, I can just not sack an artifact, right? So my opponent has 4 cards in hand. I think what I'm going to do is just let this happen, not sack an artifact, and then just cast Lorien Revealed. So I think I'd rather hold this Mindbreak Trap than, like, use it to cast this when I can't even get a Paradox Engine. I guess I could get a new ring. Do I have to sack an artifact? Well, that's fine, because I can just sack... Okay, they can search for something and exile it forever, though. Whatever. I mean, I'm getting rid of my Mana Crypt, so isn't this, like, good for me? Aren't I gonna die to opposition agent? 3, 6. Might die to opposition agent. I guess I can make a construct, but... So they probably should just, like, exile my Paradox Engine, realistically. They exiled Mox Jet. I guess they can cast Mox Jet. That makes sense. All right, so on next turn, I'm going to take 3. I guess that's fine. I have a Mindbreak Trap up still, right? So it's probably fine. I think I played all of that quite poorly. I definitely should not have played the Sapphire out. That was pretty bad. Duress? Shit. I mean, do they just have Duress plus Dark Ritual Doomsday kill me? All right. I mean, I guess. They would have had Opposition Agent, Force of Negation, blue card. I guess you don't need to draw 14 if you just draw 9 good ones. They have my Mox Jet. What about it? Wait, don't we just make an unblockable construct and kill our opponent? If they pass? Ah, no, it will not be unblockable. Fair? Because we can't search? Fair. Fair. I mean, we are going to draw 4 cards, 5 cards, 8 cards, 9 cards, 10 cards. Opposite Agent looked kind of good against my deck. I don't have any way to kill it either. But I mean, I guess they have to chump block it. That's a way to kill it. I'm gonna have a 9/9, right? Or whatever. What is this? Dark Ritual. Why are they casting Dark Ritual? Doomsday? Oh, we win the game. Sick. So they didn't have another cantrip. Because they can't break into this Doomsday pile. I guess they can draw into a force. This doesn't break into a Doomsday pile and kill me. Necropotence doesn't do that. No, it doesn't do that. Chess, you're hurting me. I'm dying. Yeah, but next turn doesn't matter. This turn is the only turn that matters. They're not getting a next turn. So what they can do is they can get like Ancestral Recall and blue card Force. So like they can get Ancestral Recall, use Ancestral Recall to draw into like blue card Force plus Steel Sabotage, and then untap an Oracle is what I would do. Like they have play here. I just don't think their play is going to beat Construct Ring activation. They can just go to what? They go to 3. They draw the Ancestral. They cast Ancestral. They draw blue card Force, Seal Sabotage. And then their last card is Oracle, right? Can we do that? Steel Sabotage also bounces a Construct, for what it's worth. They're at 1. Isn't that fine? Oh, because they can't draw. I see. I mean, they can get Negation instead of Force of Will. I don't... Why do I care about that, Chess? Why do I care about them bouncing my One Ring? I have an active Lorien revealed in my hand. Looks like they didn't get Seal Sabotage. They have a Pact of Negation in their deck? Sicko. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff on my turn. I have about 1 million mana, and I have 2 Relics of Sauron, a One Ring, a Lorien Revealed, an Urza Saga. All right, they're at 2. They're at 1. They do know what I have. They cast Duress on this turn. They took a Mindbreak Trap and left me with a Lorien Revealed. Angry Justin. I'm interested to see what they did. I think should be Ancestral Recall, right? I feel like they should Ancestral on their turn right now as well. No reason not to. This gives me the opportunity to draw into counter magic, right? I don't care about this life. I do... They're gonna cast Ancestral before my One Ring. So if I activate my One Ring now, I take 3, 4... I mean, that's fine. Those are cards of... It's definitely magic cards. Wait, I have 10 permanents, right? Is this Citadel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Almost lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted it. It's 9. I drew a chain of vapor. Interesting. So they have to counter. They don't have to counter chain because they can just freaking sack a land and bounce my construct. Oh, you want me to make a construct here? I'm not 100% sure I'm making a construct here. I'm not sure a second construct matters besides that. Why would I want to bounce my opponent's Necro? What is that doing for me? I can have you read the card? Oh, I should probably respond to chess less, actually. Sorry, chat and YouTube watchers. Return target non-land permanent to its own hand. Then that opponent makes sacrifice a land and copy the spell. So I can bounce this, and then my opponent would sack a land and bounce this. Oh, you want me to bounce Necro because they drew their whole deck? I see. That's a very reasonable thing to say. Yeah, I mean, we could. I definitely don't think this construct matters besides Bolos Citadel being lethal. And I probably am casting Citadel this turn, so I probably should still make a construct. Well, the first thing that I should do is attack with construct and make them chump, right? Or no? Let's see. I need black, 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 and this to cast Citadel. That's lethal. Chain of Vapor off this. That's lethal, but I want that to be the second lethal. Well, I don't know what cards they drew because I didn't map it out. Attack. Then Citadel, then Chain. Yeah, I don't feel like mapping it. Like, it's just not worth my time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Oh, I have to sack Lotus, though. I guess I don't have to sack Lotus. I can make 2 Saurons. What did they exile, by the way? Oh, they did exile the Manifold Key. Smart. The problem with Chain second is... Well, the problem with Chain first is that I might not have enough permanents to Citadel. The problem with Chain second is things like Flusterstorm, but... Alright, so I'm going to go... Lotus... Oh, sorry, Workshop. Any combination, black, black. Any combination, black, blue, blue. Cast Bolus's Citadel. They have to counter it. Force pitching Flusterstorm. Force pitching Flusterstorm. 2 cards remaining. One of them is Thassa's Oracle. Does bouncing any of our cards matter? Don't think so. Pounce Manifold? What? What are you saying? I need to map it. Because if their last card is Negation, then we want to do Vapor now. If their last card is Flusterstorm, we want to do Vapor on their upkeep. It depends on what their last card is. I don't know. It's going to be hard to say. It's definitely one Oracle. Could it be a Daze? Daze wouldn't matter. There's only one Fluster in their yard, so it could be a Fluster. There's one Pact, two Sabotage, one Negation, Force, Misstep. They search for Manifold Key with the opposition agent. No, it can be Negation or Flusterstorm, chat. If it's Flusterstorm, I have to cast it on their upkeep. If it's Negation, I have to cast it on my turn. I can beat whatever they have. I just need to figure out which one they have. I don't know which list they're playing, though. I don't know who plays Pact of Negation. I guess I should just look for lists that play Pact of Negation. Or maybe I should just look for a list from them. See if they have a list. It's never going to be conclusive unless I have a list to go off of, because like they can play up to 4 Fluster. We have 4 mana. If the storm count is 4, that means there are 5 Flusterstorm copies and we can't pay for it. Oh, chat. I don't know who plays Pact of Negation in their Doomsday deck. So it could just be any list. I just have to like pick which one I think is more likely. Like, do they really want to keep Flusterstorming against me? Maybe. So there is a Doomsday list with a Pact of Negation. 1 Pact main, 2 Pacts board, Swirling Mist, Gush, 4 Thoughtseize. So it's not this list. I definitely don't have 4 Thoughtseize. We can try this one. We can try this one. This is the same one. 4 Thoughtseize. What is this 4 Thoughtseize Pact of Negation Swirling Mist list? Very odd. No Duress. 1 Flusterstorm, 1 Negation. Well, 4 Negation. 3 Flusterstorm, 1 Negation, 2 Negation. I'm going to go on their upkeep. What about Force? Yeah, I'm going to go on their upkeep. I think I could have made some optimizations in how I played this game. Yes! The Daze call and then the Flusterstorm call. Oh! I swear I'm good at this game. Woo! Let's go. That's a big win. All right, on to round 2. I've got the classic Urza Saga Time Vault game plan here. Technically, even with Saga getting removed, we have Tolarian Academy kill the Pearl and get a key, so I'm pretty down to game like this. Obviously, this hand doesn't interact with our opponent, so if my opponent does something powerful, it's unlucky. Not unlucky, it's it's part of the game, but let's see what our opponent chooses to do. No Lurrus here. We got Cavern of Souls, mono white maybe, or Merfolk. Human. Cavern of Souls. Human. And Pearl. Jeez. Okay. And pass? Really? Can't say I understand that one, but... So I can't kill my opponent by going... Yeah, so I think I just go Pearl, Saga, Vault, and see what my opponent does. And then from there, we have options. This thing a robot? It says it's a human. But it's an artifact human. I don't really know anything about 40k, so... How can you be an artifact human? Any lores gonna explain? Oh no, this actually stops me from comboing. Oh, it's a cybernetically enhanced human. I see. Okay. Valid. So what do we want to do? I mean, we just want to make constructs, right? Even if it's like bad. I can still mystical at the end step as well, but like, what am I even mysticaling for? Anything I get enters tap. I can get a key this turn if I want to, but that kind of exposes me to Lorien, doesn't it? Lauren, sorry, not Lorien. I probably just pass, right? Like my opponent will have to hold open. Maybe not. I don't know. My opponent's like really far behind, and I'm just like kind of off tempo. Chrome Mox. Okay. Yeah, I mean, cybernetically enhanced human is, I guess, still a human, depending on which world you live in, which fantasy sci-fi world you live in, I guess. Ah, I see. Wait, they pitched a Lauren? What could they possibly cast here? What? In what world? What is happening? This is your best card. This card doesn't matter. I don't understand. Okay, sure. So I can mystical for time walk and kill them that way. Oh, I guess they're gonna get a basic planes, and that will let them blow up my pearl. So I might not have enough blue mana to do that. Let's see. I mean, this is just like can't be right. I would play Lauren here and kill the Saga 100% of the time. I think it's crazy not to. People love the initiative, but the initiative is not the strongest part of Mono White. But it's hard to teach people that. Well, theoretically, they should be blowing up my Moxen on end step here. I don't know. I can just tell you, I'm pretty sure that White Plume Adventure is not correct. We're just winning this game. I don't know. There's like nothing that remotely matters here, right? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast with squad. Woo! Oh, the draw happens before the squad happen. Interesting. Or it can happen before the squad happens. Interesting. I don't know. What is going on? I don't have a basic left in my deck because I drew it. Yeah, but like if you can't blow up the things, then aren't you just supposed to cast this? I don't know. Forge onto my Infiltrator. I mean, this is kind of fun because we get to do a bunch of the cool things that our deck is designed to do. So that's nice. Oh, I actually can't get a Paradox Engine and still cast a spell this turn, huh? Let's get a Chaos Defiler for fun. I don't know, like I don't know why we're still playing the game. So I'm just like, I'm gonna have some fun with it. Okay, we're done. They wanted to see some more cards, which is fair, I guess. So mono white initiative. What do we want to bring in? Masticore and Worm Coils and Portal. And then we can take out like Engine, Citadel, Mental Misstep, Cataxian Probe. We want Dismember. We want... I guess we can just trim Negation. It's not a lot of forces, but force is not even that good. Do I want Needle on Wasteland? Maybe we want Needle on Wasteland. How many blue cards is this? Not very many. It's okay, though. Let's play more powerful cards than them. The Infiltrator has been fine so far, and I haven't minded. I like blue cards, though, so, you know. I'm a little biased. I don't know, like, it's important that my transmutes are online, and I need blue cards, so I don't know. I mean, I put 3 in because I want to see how good it is. Like, if I don't have enough of them, I can't see if they're good or not, right? Man, I kind of think this hand is not it. I mean, it has good cards for the matchup, but it doesn't have enough mana. I'm gonna mulligan this hand and try to find some more mana, probably. Oh, thanks, Mark. I think we want to mulligan this hand. This hand looks a lot better, right? Kind of want to keep this Sensei's top, but at the same time, maybe we can just get rid of this Underground Sea. Yeah, I have a European stream slot today. I felt really bad after my challenge yesterday, so I wanted to stream, and I want to watch the TFT regionals today in the afternoon, so I decided we'll do a nice early stream. Dauntless Dismantler, making my life a challenge. I don't think I want to play a Mana Vault tapped, actually. Could be a problem. could be a problem. So I'm gonna not get my thing wastelanded, and then I'm just going to play a Sensei's Top and a Mox Pearl. And then I'll pass. Mastercore is a really cool card. I'm glad people are making it see play now. I think this card was under the radar a bit on Magic Online. It was seeing a bunch of play in paper vintage, from what I've been told, but people weren't playing it online. Please don't Archon me. Please don't Archon me. Play your White Plume Adventure that you love so dearly. Or Thalia. Yeah, no Rod, not bad either. I'm playing Paper Vintage next weekend. It's gonna be fun. 15 proxy in New York. Exciting. Lurrus Deathrite Shaman is its own meta classification. Sagas versus Deathrite is the difference. Yes. I think it's a very large difference. Wouldn't you agree? I'm going to go. I think what I'm going to do. No, I kind of need to hold the transmute so that I can kill the Null Rod, huh? I was thinking about transmuting into a needle so I could name Wasteland, but I think I'm going to keep the transmute so that my Masticore can kill the Null Rod. Yeah. That's kind of exciting. I think it's awesome, but I don't know, it's proxy, so it's not even like those cards won't be able to like be accessible, right? So I think it's like the perfect kind of tournament for that. Thalia. All right, so as long as they don't have a Solitude, I feel like we're in great shape in this game. We can even blow up the Null Rod and get things going. Sweden in March. I have been to Sweden before. I've been trying to go to. I don't have like a lot of vacation time, and I'm trying to save a lot of my vacation time so that I can do the end of the year Eternal Weekend trip where I do Europe and Japan. Um, so I've been trying to prioritize going to places that I haven't been before. So, and I have been to Sweden. I played a Grand Prix in Sweden. I played Mono Green Tron in a modern Grand Prix. Stockholm, Grand Prix Stockholm. Back when I was a grinder and not very good. Now I feel like I'm a lot better Magic player. Back when I was like actually playing tons of Magic, I was so bad though. I'm kind of excited here to, on my upkeep, sacrifice it unless I discard a card, destroy a non-land permanent opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the discarded card. I can just throw stuff. I can actually throw the Force of Will at the Null Rod and then turn the Manticore into a Chaos Defiler. No, yeah, I can do that if I want. I think I might do that. I don't need a Force of Will at this point, right? I will discard a Force of Will, and I will kill your Null Rod. It does free them up to cast 3 drops, but it's probably better for me, right? And then I attack. If I had a Citadel in my deck, I could turn this into a Citadel, and I guess that's not that good here. I can't turn it into a portal, right? I would need a lot of mana to turn it into a portal. I could turn this into a 2-drop. I mean, I can get a Vault Key going, kind of. I don't know. I kind of want to sacrifice it. It seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Portal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Chaos Defiler is one of my absolute favorite cards. I've played it in a couple tournaments now in Paper Legacy. It's just a great time. All right, what do you got for me, opponent? Seasoned Dungeoneer? Probably should, like, not F6, Justin. I'm so lazy. New Dismantler, maybe? It doesn't even target, right? Or does it target? It doesn't target. So, like, they could have... Oh, you bastard. How many mana am I away? I'm a lot of mana away. I know my top three, right? It's a workshop, a portal, and a mana crypt, so I can't actually cast spells for the rest of the game until this Defiler dies. But I guess this Defiler's a 5/4 trampler, though. So it's probably just fine. Like, I guess if I get Solituded or Swords or something, it's bad for me, but... Damn, I really wanted to cast the portal here. Did I have better choices? I mean, I don't think I had... The thing, what I should have done is probably not transmuted my... I probably should not have transmuted my Masticore. I had an active Masticore just murder their whole board every turn. But... I don't know. It just seemed like a fun play to make, so I kind of wanted to, you know... I wanted to do it. Alright. What do you got for me? Oh, they have a Seasoned Dungeoneer. Okay. So they can double block, in which case I kill both and the Null Rod. So that's not good for them. They can just chump and go to 1. I guess if they double block, am I still casting Portal? I am. Because I want to return things on my next turn. I'd lose really hard to Lauren, though. Throwing for content. Yeah, something like that. No, I mean, the release date of Modern Horizons has not been released yet, but people are saying June 14th, and NYC is 22nd. So, no, it's awesome. It's so good. I think it's actively better, right? Well, they're just gonna go to 1. Let's see. Oh, I did not order the workshop before the crypt. Awkward. Wait, no, I don't want to shuffle. No, I don't want to shuffle. I need my workshop. Ah, I'm so bad, man. No, disaster. I mean, there was already one person in chat who said they are going to go now that they learned that. So there definitely will be some people. Magic is hard. All right, my opponent has 4 mana. They don't have to use their tomb, but they also like can't block this thing now. So what's the plan? This card's sweet. God, this card's so cool. I'm a Chaos Defiler stan. What is this? What is this? What is this? No, they did have a Lauren. I guess this works out better for me, right? Because now I just kill the Null Rod and then I portal them to Oblivion. I will destroy your Null Rod. I hope they don't have another Null Rod. That would be pretty bad, huh? I can draw 2 cards right now, kind of. I can draw a Force and cast it, right? If I need to. Ancient Tomb. Ooh, they tapped their Caracas, so they can't bounce their Lauren back. Wait, what the heck? That's so bad. That is so bad here. Like, if they could bounce back their Lauren, it would be so good against me. Huh. This match has not been the cleanest match of Magic from both sides. Yeah, I think Vintage is one of the most permanent based this is one of the most permanent based iterations of Vintage in the history of Vintage. Right now, a lot of games are decided on the board instead of on the stack, which is awesome. It's a very nice change of pace. Though to be fair, you can't block a Seasoned Engineer, so this card is dumb. This card is dumb. All right, they're passing the turn. If they had kept open Caracas, I think we're actually in a losing position, which is kind of interesting. Force of Will. Uh-huh. Can I cast that? Might be able to cast that. I guess there's no reason not to do the draw thing right now, right? Rafa, I am convinced you can never be pleased, so I'm going to probably just tune off the things you say. Turn off, tune off. Like, it's a control-based format, and you are not an unhappy camper. Bazaar has been cut in half. It is down below 10% metagame share, and you're still unhappy. No one is going to be able to please you. It's time to go to Phyrexia. Boom! God, I love this card too. They print so many cool Magic cards nowadays. It's great. What countered Bazaar? Wasteland. It turns out, I know, this is crazy. It's so crazy. It turns out that the card that's been in the format since the 90s is actually good against Bazaar. It's like, instead of like 20% of decks in Vintage playing Wasteland, now there are 65% of decks playing Wasteland. And all of a sudden, Bazaar is not as broken. It's like you can build your deck to beat Magic cards instead of just complaining. It's crazy. It's wild. It's a crazy concept. I know no one's ever heard of it. This obscure card no one's ever heard of, Wasteland, actually good against Bazaar of Baghdad. Who could have seen this coming? To be more fair, Lorien Revealed made it easier for you to play Wasteland in good decks. So there are more Wasteland decks now because of the printing of Lorien Revealed. That also has things to do with it. I'm mostly memeing. But there's also obviously a hint of yeah, you could have made your deck better against Bazaar the whole time and you chose not to. Like, the best example is that Jeskai players for years, including Mod Log T1 over there, would not play any Strip Mine, any Wasteland in their Mentor control decks. They simply refused to put Wasteland in their deck. And all they would do is complain about their Bazaar matchup. Turns out, you can just put Wasteland in that deck. It's no problem, and it's going to make your Bazaar matchup better. It's not partially incorrect. This is a factual statement. People refuse to change their decks and instead just ask for bans. This is just how Magic players are. Chat, which card should we reanimate with Portal? I don't know. I didn't want to die. Archon of Emeria. Chat, what card do we get with Portal? Chaos Defiler. Nope. Having a good time. Having a good time. This has been a fun stream, honestly. We've gotten to do some really fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think Seasoned Engineer is also quite good, but I'm talking further back, Log. I'm talking further back. I'm talking in the mentor control heyday. Deck, you guys just refused. You just refused to put Wastelands in your deck and just said, "Oh, it's just a bad Bazaar matchup. It's just unwinnable. Can't do anything about it." What am I doing with my turn here? I don't know. Play a Relic of Sauron. Yes, it is now easier to make the decision to put Wastelands in your deck because of the presence of Lorien Revealed. I agree with that statement. I am just saying, turns out there's a lot of cards in Vintage, and you have access to all of them. Change your deck. Oh, I mean, even after Mentor was restricted, people were playing Jeskai, right? Like, that was a thing. Oh, I kind of forgot my opponent still had the initiative, huh? I guess it doesn't matter very much. I'm not really focusing on this game anymore. After I cast the portal, I kind of zoned out. Why does my opponent have so many cards? Null Rod. I have a Dismember on the top of my library. Yeah, whatever, sure. This thing tramples. I am a firm believer in the idea that Vintage has enough cards in it of all, like, the Vintage has the card pool for you to beat any deck in the format and make your deck better and answer things. I'm a very firm believer in that. I don't think a Demon Construct Phyrexian is part of my party, right? Unlucky, really? Wait, this Forge technically kills my opponent without the Dismember? That is hilarious. I'm going to Forge onto my Chaos Defiler. Man, Magic is great. Magic is so cool. Oh, that was sweet. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Round 3. It's been a fun league so far. I've been having a good time. Living my best life. Lurrus. All right, we got a Lurrus matchup. Is 4 Urza's Saga good in the Lurrus matchup? I'm going to go with yes. Unless they're the combo version. Which is kind of why I think the combo version is just so much better than the controlling versions. Let's try it. I actively think that the blue-white, blue-black, and Esper Lurrus control decks are just so much worse than playing Breach, or playing PO, or playing Breach and PO, or playing Turbo Volt Key. I don't know. I think those decks are just fundamentally flawed to me. I don't ever like the idea of, like, cutting powerful cards so you can play more reactive control, especially not in a format like Vintage. Just doesn't vibe. Yeah, 4 dress down is also so good right now. Oh, 2 wastelands. I've only drawn other lands, which is not helping my cause here. This is like a perfect example of why you should be playing things like Seal of Cleansing and Fragmentize and March of the Otherworldly Light and like having additional answers that are not just Wasteland. Oh no, it's Volcanic Island. Uh-oh. Monkey? We're monkeying around? Oh, baby. So is it Jeskai then? Or is it Questing Lurrus with the Questing Druid? They hit my Mana Crypt. I could have used that one. All right, my win condition is established. So I don't think we want to play this saga. I think we want to maximize constructs. Well, I mean, what are we at now? What is this? What is this? End of turn Abrade? What is this? What is this? Ah, end of turn Seek the Beast. They're playing the Questing Lurrus deck. Sick. I like this deck a lot. It's really cool. I think it's not great, but I do like it. Yeah, I'm just gonna force this, I think. Kind of want to limit them to what they have already. I don't think it's a scam. Like, it's not that bad. At least it does something powerful. Like, it has Ren and 6 Strip Mine Lock, right? It already does something more powerful than Blue-White. The mana is a little sus, though. And Ragavan, not exactly a vintage power level Magic card. It's worse than Beans Whales. I don't think that's true. There's like only one saving grace to Beans Whales, and it's the fact that it has Wasteland Collector Roof. The rest of that deck is not it. Ragavan? They have swords off of Pearl. I mean, that's how this deck functions. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that the only way this deck functions is it draws its on-color Moxen. They must have swords, right? It's the only way this play makes sense. Yeah. All right. What did you hit this time? Ancestral? Transmute Artifact. Okay, that one is a little bit less good for them. Wait, they just went to end step? Bold. All right, my 4th saga is coming down momentarily. What am I getting with this? Sensei's top, I guess. It's like less about being on color and more about being like the exact color you need to cast your spell. I think we just want a Sensei's top. Play out my 4th Urza Saga. I mean, if this deck beats 4 Urza Saga, it's pretty impressive, right? So they can buy and play Lurrus this turn if they hit a land, right? They can't do anything with it, but... Which is kind of why Bobble is so good in these Lurrus decks. I think Bobble is super underrated at what... Like, I don't believe Tomas plays any Bobbles, but I feel like Bobble is so important to making your Lurrus good. Oh, it does play Bobble? Okay. My bad. I don't. I'm pretty big on Bobble. I'm gonna at least play one in my blue-black PO deck. I think the first one is very important. The ones after that kind of depends on what build you're playing. Yeah, my opponent has cast 0 forces in this game, so I don't really have high expectations of something like Vampiric for Time Vault. I'm probably going to not do that because I want to make constructs every turn. You don't want to go all in on Vault Key early in these kind of control matchups. What is this? They just brainstorm and they don't have a shuffle? What's going on? You need to have a shuffle here. Lorien, fetch land. Does this deck play Lorien? Not sure. Blue. Oh, they have a delve spell? I mean, yeah, I guess that does it. No Lorien. I didn't think so. Yeah, I guess they ancestral. They have a million cards in their hand. They have another swords. Sure. They still didn't hit a land? Wow, they still didn't hit a land. 7 cards in hand. Yeah, I'm definitely not vamping. I'm definitely making more constructs. Oh. Tinker Force. Hmm. It's still just better to make constructs, though, right? Like, my opponent's hand is all interaction. There are no lands in my opponent's hand. There are no Moxen in my opponent's hand. There's 1 monkey and 6 pieces of interaction or creatures. Like, going all in on a slow tutor or a tinker or something, it just doesn't make any sense. Next turn, we might be able to cast Tinker with Force backup by getting a Black Lotus, though, right? No, we still can't do that. Did they lose any flips yet? I don't think so. Kind of wish we had a Mana Crypt. A monkey? Are we getting swords again? All right, I guess. This monkey has hit a lot this game. I'm pretty impressed. So right now, it's taking a Force of Will off the top of my library, which is fine. I don't think I'm countering anything this turn anyways, so. Okay. They're answering. They're getting a treasure off it, so. But I don't know. I actually kind of like don't have a lot of mana. I might get a Soul Ring. That's so me-coded, losing 7 of 9 flips. Love it. I mean, we still have an active top key. I think we're currently still winning the game. What am I getting off this? Like, I could get a Black Lotus and cast Tinker. I don't think that's actually. I don't actively think that's good though. I think I would rather just have a Soul Ring. Maybe that's wrong. I want to spin and like start drawing 2 cards a turn. Time Walk and Probe. Can't cast some of these cards immediately, but they only had what, 2 wastelands? 3 swords. Show me your secrets, please. So they have 2 Ragavans, 3 forces, preordained Dreadhorde Arcanist. That is about right. I mean, it's hard to beat Force Saga if your deck doesn't do anything powerful. That's kind of the whole point. Like your deck put a bunch of bad cards. You put a bunch of bad cards in your deck. Of course, you're not gonna beat Force Saga, right? What's the top card of our library? Time Walk. It's pretty good. Kind of don't want to vampiric it away, right? We Time Walk into a vampiric turn with Tinker and some kind of counterspell. Or I guess we could just vampiric right now at their end step and grab... What is our counterspells in this deck? Like a Flusterstorm? They're gonna put a Dreadhorde Arcanist in play for sure. It has like multiple swords. So like very easily beating 4 Saga. It's the cards after the Saga that they're not gonna be able to beat here, right? I can't vamp for Saga. I've literally used every Saga in my entire deck. All right, so here we can just vamp for Flusterstorm and then kill them with Tinker. So the game is over. Oh, I guess they could technically have drawn Mindbreak Trap. I don't know. Yeah, or Vamp Time Vault. Like any combination of getting 2 cards that matter, right? Their cards in hand are Ragavan, Lurrus, so. All right. Not bad. I think we were kind of lucky in that game that opponent drew 2 Ragavans instead of like lands. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do with the boarding plan here? None of these cards seem particularly good against my opponent. I mean, they very easily answered for Saga. It was quite easy for them to answer for Saga. The problem is they put bad cards in their deck like Ragavan. I don't know how you look at that game log and make that statement. Like, you do this every single time, and I don't know how. All right, I mean, I don't want negations in my deck. I don't even really want Force of Wills in my deck. They just have no cards that matter. Can I play Leyline in this matchup? Is that, like, reasonable? It turns off Delve and Lurrus. I just don't think their creatures are worth dismembering. That's the problem. And Ren, I kind of think I might bring in Leyline. And Arcanist and Ren. Wait, that kind of seems correct. Argenta Masticore is protection from monocolored? Holy moly. They can't ever kill this card. I guess they could wear tear it. If you fuse a wear tear, it's both colors, right? I kind of like this board plan a lot. I think their cards are not worth forcing. Oh, it's multicolored. Never mind. I still think I'm bringing it in, though. Do we want to bring in Needle on Wasteland? It's probably better than, like, Mystical Tutor. This looks like fun. Let's do this. Sure. Seems fine. I just have a very strong opinion that Force is bad against all the blue control decks. All the blue Lurrus decks, I think Force is actively bad against. I just don't think it does anything. they don't have good cards to force. Just Ancestral, obviously, but I don't know. Usually lose to Ancestral anyways. I would rather just have like a million more threats. Maybe I'm supposed to go Saga here. This gets Wastelanded. Am I happier or sadder? I might be sadder. Workshop better than Saga confirmed. I guess like theoretically Ren and 6 is kind of a card that you'd like to force. But we have Leylines now. Though we didn't draw any Leylines in our opening hand, so we're gonna draw Leyline later and just be very sad about it. Technically our deck can cast it, but this is infinite value Magic card. Alright, we're not getting Wastelanded. We are getting Plateau Gaming. What is this? By Lurrus? Sick. Sure, why not? I am down. I guess having Force of Will right now would make me happy, huh? But none of these cards are the cards I boarded out anyways, so. I do think having Force Will in this hand instead of like a Leyline would be really good if I had a Leyline instead of this, right? Then I'd have Force back up for my One Ring. That's definitely a compelling reason. I got forced. So they have 4 cards. One of them is Lurrus. Plateau Gaming. Yeah, I mean, they were on the play, right? And we didn't have any mocks in or anything. So we definitely are behind. If we don't get Wastelanded, I'm not, like, super unhappy. Like, we do a double Infiltrator, maybe. We're definitely behind, though. That's for sure. Ah, now we're super behind. Yeah, Ancestral in the Wasteland, and the game is over. I mean, Moxen are better than Workshop. Why can't I complain? If I had a Moxen here, I think we'd be in an okay spot. They just let us have a Saga for fun. Moxen? I needed a Moxen, though. This looks bad, I must say. Oh, it's bad. It's very bad. I think we're just dead. I think we could have beat them if they didn't have an Ancestral. But now that they have an Ancestral, it looks pretty impossible. Ah, yes. The classic Plateau Tropical Island deck. Domain achieved. Lurrus? Sure. Not returning anything right now. I have a Dismember coming for it. So what is this Saga getting me? A Soul Ring? I mean, they still haven't done anything powerful. It's definitely a Soul Ring. We need the mana really badly. So currently I have 3, 5 mana. I think I just Dismember this and see what they do. Nothing. Then I think I'm going to play a Ring. Well, if I play an Infiltrator and they don't counter it, it gets another creature in play. I guess they could have a bunch of swords in their hand, but I can draw a card to hit a land. I'm going to play a Ring. All right, they're down to 3 cards in hand. If they don't have another Delve, if they don't have a Delve spell, we're okay. If they hit a Delve spell, we probably die. I guess if they hit a Wasteland, we're dead. A Ren and 6, we're dead. There's a lot of cards we're dying to here. Force pitching misstep. So they didn't care about the Lurrus, which makes sense. Lurrus wasn't actually doing anything. I'm glad we haven't drawn any ley lines yet. I think we're mostly lucky we haven't gotten Wastelanded. Oh, we're so not beating that. That's just going to find a Ren, or I guess they use this, so we don't get Ren this turn. I'd like to just like hit a Moxen and squat up an Infiltrator and go to town. We got prismatic ending on my Soul Ring. That is probably gonna kill me. Attacking mana is so good. If I draw a Moxen, I'll still be okay, but did not draw the Moxen. Looks bad. Workshop Lorien revealed. Kind of want Workshop. I win next turn? I draw and I play a Sensei's Top. And then I have blue, and I'm 1 mana short. But I can play a Sensei's Top, and then I mean, this Infiltrator is really big now, right? If I cast it, I can play. Maybe not. It's not big yet. I want to like Infiltrator into. That's so bad for me. Pyroblast. Questing Druid. It's not too bad. Do they have to? Can they cast Seek the Beast off Seek the Beast? Question mark. Why not? I don't know how adventure works. Do you have to cast from your hand to do adventure? I don't think you have to cast from your hand to do adventure, so. No, haven't I adventured off the top of my Citadel? Pretty sure I have. Oh no, this is Ren and 6. Oh no, it's Seek the Beast. Okay. This one hit negation preordain. I mean, they can't cast preordain at the moment. They like didn't hit a single land, or do they play a Tropical Island this turn? No, I don't think they hit a land yet. Red, white, Ragavan. What's my top card? What's my top card? Sensei's Top? Shit. That's not good. So all those cards go away. They have a Ragavan and 2 unknowns. 2 druids. It's not that bad for me. We play an Infiltrator into a Lorien revealed, and then this isn't that bad for me. I still think we're kind of winning this game. Oh, they're not going to cast the Sensei's Top? Oh, they're banking that they're going to hit a land? I mean, they could hit a Wasteland. It's super good. 1 top, 1 bottom. They didn't play the Sensei's Top. 4 cards in hand. One of them is a Ragavan. I feel like I'm in a great spot. So I think I just cycle a Lorien reveal to get a land and then cast an Infiltrator. I guess I can cast an Infiltrator later. I think I'm going to cast it now when they're tapped out so they don't like Pyroblast it. Ooh. I mean, they have 2 Questing Druids in exile, 4 cards in hand. One of them is Ragavan. They haven't hit me with Wasteland Lock yet. I have a Transmute into Vault Key coming soon if they don't have a counterspell. I have more card advantage in my hand. I can Vamp for a Force. All right, here's the Wasteland Lock. That's really bad. Now I don't have Transmute. They finally hit the Wasteland Lock. You're right. I cannot get a Force. I can get a Flusterstorm. Sorry. I won't have enough blue for that anyways, though. I might have enough blue for that with Mana Crypt, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think if they didn't waste on me, I have a Vamp for Fluster, and I have enough. I don't know. I still think we're okay. If any mana source lets us double squad this. I have a needle in my deck, right? Oh, they have a swords on this? Sure. 3 cards, one of them is monkey. They're gonna go monkeying. 2 cards that are not monkey. I mean, if I hit a blue card, I think I just go... If I hit a blue land, I think I just go for the transmute, right? Like, they have to have exactly force blue card. And I can just transmute into a needle. That does count. So they have to have exactly blue card force. No, I'm 1 mana short again. I'm 1 mana short. Because I need to pay 1 to upgrade. So I won't have the 1. That's unfortunate. So I guess we just have to go for the squatting. Sweet. Black Lotus. That does it. And a key. So what do we want to do though? I mean, the transmute Black Lotus just does it. Or did it before drawing the key. I guess if I get my key countered, I can still transmute into a ring. Three, four, 3, 4. Yeah, I think that's the best line. Wow. What a crazy win. This deck is so cool. Oh, man. All right, rematch versus the now 2-in-1 Kabloom on the 4-color Lurrus, Questing Lurrus deck. This hand slaps, so let's keep it. Probe. Bubble. Pearl. Another Pearl game, huh? Oh yeah, it is good. Glad you watched it. Probably one of the best anime that's aired in the last 5, 10 years. It's definitely up there. Right now, it's like a 9 or 10 out of 10 for me, so see how it goes. What is this? Upkeep quest. Seek the beast? Sure, whatever. Tundra expressive iteration. Free Ren. They have Ancestral Force of Will in their hand. I see. I have double force. They know I have double force. If I can use both forces and then play a Infiltrator, I'll be pretty happy. I assume they're just going to play Tundra from Exile and cast Expressive Iteration, though. No? What? They must have drawn a blue card and they just wanted to jam. This is just like losing your Expressive Iteration for no reason, though. This looks like a losing play to me. I also like pitched Chain of Vapor, and so that's the card they didn't know about, so they know they're losing this. All right. I mean, they should still probably play the Tundra, right? So their last card is Scalding Tarn, and they lose out on their Expressive Iteration, and they can't cast their White Plume, and I cast the Infiltrator, and we're winning. Seems good. Moxen would be... Oh, Chaos Defiler, huh? All right, I will cast the Infiltrator with Squad. Build my own divination. That's a creature, I guess. And then can cast off Workshop. Lorien Revealed. We're going to keep that one, right? Or should we Lorien Revealed for a red source and cast Chaos Defiler? I guess I can make that decision later. I don't know, actually. I don't think they can. Maybe I do need to get a red source so I can kill Lurrus so it doesn't bobble loop on me. Wasteland. Is there draw for turn? So they wasteland my Workshop or my sea, and then they get Lurrus. Okay. Next turn, their Lurrus does draw a card. I'm gonna have to cycle this land into okay. Yeah. I'm gonna just attack with one in case a Ragavan comes crawling back for some reason. So they're gonna get to draw for turn and then draw for bobble, and then hopefully they don't draw blue card force. And then we kill their Lurrus, and I think this game is in a great spot. If they draw blue card force, though, I guess they've already used 2 forces, so it's probably unlikely. Oh, they're gonna play another spell this turn? No, they're just fetching for fun. So that's all the cards that we knew about. We're gonna cycle into our 1 volcanic island, which is why we're playing our 1 volcanic island. And then we're gonna try to defile this Lurrus. That's a weird thing to say. We're gonna try to introduce chaos into this Lurrus's life. We're going to try to destroy this Lurrus. All right. Well, I am going to murder your cat. No, none of these things. I am going to put your cat to rest. All right. Cat down. I'm going to hold the emerald, I think. All right, my opponent has 2 cards in hand. We don't know either of those cards. They have a Questing Druid in exile and are at 12 life, while we have an army of Warhammer 40k cards. I assume that these are in different armies, or are they in the same army? Anyone, any knowers? Different armies. That makes sense to me. Ooh, Merchant. But there's no Ancestral. What do they get? Dig Through Time? Dig through time. All right. That's a good comeback. That's not bad. Not bad. Another infiltrator though? I have this is pays for it, and then okay. I'm gonna cast my Lorien revealed, except it comes with creatures for fun. Lorien revealed or infiltration? Woo! Yeah, let's go. I'm having so much fun with this. This is just great. I can have a force for their dig through time now. Well, this stream is like extremely pog. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now I have force up. My computer is struggling though. All right, attack. If I attack, I lose. They go to 6 and I lose 1. That's correct. Why is it broken? That looks correct to me. Okay. Yeah, am I 3-0? I believe I'm 3-0. Am I not 3-0? They have a swords. Oh, I don't really want this to happen, so I'm going to try to make it not happen. I mean, it's been taking a long time to get any match. Oh, they have a hard cast negation. That's pretty good. It means their last card is dig through time. I mean, we have a follow-up ring, so it's not that good. And technically, are they dying on board to this? No, we actually don't have enough infiltrators anymore. Well, I guess technically they take 3, and then they take 2, and then they take 1, right? I think we just start with the ring in case we draw something castable off it. I should probably restart my Magic Online after this. Tolarian Academy? I wish I had another infiltrator. Do I have another infiltrator? I think I have one more in my deck, right? I mean, I can activate this Relic of Sauron this turn as well. Yeah. I can counter the dig now. So if I attack with all of these, they kill 1, they go to 3. They kill 1, they go to 1. They kill 1, they die. So yeah, this is a good attack. This deck kind of sweet, huh? Having a good time, having a good time. These are a nice little combination gaming as well. This card is very reasonable. Relic of Sauron is probably one of the more underrated cards. People were laughing at this card on Twitter, but I think it's pretty good. Kind of just does a thing that you need it to do that no other card really does as well. One unknown in my opponent's hand. They drew Pyro for turn? What is this? Oh, they drew Seek the Beast. They're going to try to hit Fluster or something. They hit Preordain Lotus. All right, so the Dig Through Time is countered, but then they have a Preordain and a Lotus. Oh, I'm very hungry. All right, what do you got for us, opponent? Oh, they're going to cast Questing Druid with the... Okay, and then they're going to cast. Okay. All right, so now they're not dead on board. But we have a ring, so... This game I've played no Saga, right? 23 cards, no Saga. Hope they don't find like a Wasteland for my... I guess a Wasteland for my cat, not the biggest deal here. This thing's going to hit me for 1 million if they attack with it. Or never mind, I have protection. All right. The ring is a burden. Not really, though. Yeah, there's a Saga. All right, I want to draw some cards here. Those cards are not very good. Let's draw some more cards. Those cards are fine. I'm just gonna hold the Mana Vault so that we can like trigger stuff with it. Trigger a Paradox Engine, throw it away to Sauron, etc. All right, well I'm not attacking anymore because I'm not winning on board anymore. So, but every turn that goes by, I have a ring and a relic and a Saga, and it's just over. Welcome back, Chess. We've had a good time without you. Wait, that's a terrible thing to say. All I'm saying is it's going well. We missed you. There, see? 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 All right, what do we got? Ponder. I kind of feel like I'm just supposed to negate this Ponder, right? This is a 9/9. We've already dealt with the Lurrus. Monkey. This is a 10/10. We Chaos Defiled the Lurrus. I don't think I want to take 10 damage. Let's token. All right, I'm gonna make my own 10/10 with an Urza Saga and also draw 1 million cards. So I can't imagine we don't win the game on this turn. My computer is struggling at the moment, though. Or maybe my Magic Online is struggling. Oh, they dead. I see. Oh yeah. I kind of want to cast this Infiltrator once before we end the game here. I don't know, squad 4. Boom, squad 4. Could have gone even squad 6. But I don't know. I wanted to cast squad 4. What can I say? All right, one second, chat. I'm gonna close everything and do a quick restart. All right, we're back. We're playing against the same deck as last time. We're gonna do the really big board plan. I'm going to bring in these cards, and then we're going to take out Force, Negation, Mystical. All right, here we go. Yeah, my opponent's deck almost operates entirely out of the graveyard. And I don't think Force is very good against them. Wormcoil is terrible against the Swords to Plowshare deck. So no, not Swords to Plowshares. Not Wormcoil. I'm glad Chess is back to ask the hard-hitting questions. Mulligan. Keep. Bottom. Done. Tundra, Preordain. A Moxen would be sweet here, right? Because a Mox would let me go Mana Vault, Mana Key, Untap Vault, Squad. A Bolus's Citadel. Cannot say that that is the strongest. I'm going to just jam my key in here. Obviously, there are downsides if this gets countered. Maybe I should have played my top first. Yeah, I probably should have played the top as mental misstep bait first. I don't know what the best deck is right now. Dredge? Should play Dredge. I think my Lurrus PO deck is extremely good. I don't know what people play in leagues. I barely play leagues these days. Only for content. Mostly just for content. Sure. Saturday Vintage Challenge was won by Lurrus PO. My Lurrus PO deck, same 75. Had like a 60-something% win rate across all Lurrus PO decks. That deck seems sweet. Plateau Gaming. White, blue, Lavinia. Doesn't stop that. I didn't know this deck played Lavinia. Maybe they made a change? Kind of surprised. I mean, if they counter this Infiltrator, it's pretty good for them. Soul Ring. All right, I'm going to play Soul Ring. I'm going to jam this Lavinia in here and just hope, or just going to jam this Infiltrator in and hope it works. How much mana does this make? 6. Whatever, just use all my mana. Cast this with Squad. I have 7 mana, so it's Squad 2. It's really good. They forced it. Yeah. This card has been pretty nice. Nice little mana sink for this deck that usually has a lot of mana. No, it's Sicarian. Ooh, they ended my key. It's really good. Ending my key here is really strong. I don't think we're in trouble yet. Like, we still have Sagos. They just used a... they haven't used a Wasteland yet, but they didn't play a land for turn. They only have 3 cards left. They, like... You can't Prismatic Ending a Saga, which is why I don't really like Prismatic Ending as much as I like March of the Otherworldly Light. Squad is you can pay 2 as many times as you want, so when it ETBs, you get that many copies. There's no reason to spin here. I'm never going to draw and cast, so... That's an Ancestral Recall. It's a good. I can't. There's a Lavinia in play, chess. How am I going to cast a Tinker? I definitely can't cast this Demonic Tutor. The fact that they drew Mox for turn and then went Merchant Ancestral, or do they have Merchant? Oh, and they hit a Wasteland. Oh, we're so dead. I swear my opponent's deck only works if you draw on color Mox and then hit Ancestral Recall. So good, though. I do believe we are dead. Yeah, we can't cast the One Ring because we don't have enough lands. I mean, we need to draw another Infiltrator, actually. Infiltrator looks really good here if we draw it. Can't draw Ring until we have enough lands. Oh yeah, it'd be really nice if they played a Monkey, true. I mean, my opponent had a pretty strong draw, right? Probe, Force, Ending, Ancestral Wasteland. Kind of tough to see if Leyline has done anything because we don't know what cards are in my opponent's hand. They have hard cast Force up. I'm losing 3 life a turn. I did not hit another land. This is really bad. Oh, I should have done this in the other order. I guess I can just fix it. This. I can cast Probe off of my island. It's not very good, but I can. Is this a Seek the Beast? Seek the Beast is quite good here. What they hit? They hit Negation Pyro. Okay, those cards are 2 dead cards, so that's nice. But they're just gonna make a big beater. I think this one's probably just lost. I'm not really seeing a super convincing way out of this game. Two cards in hand for my opponent. If they don't cast Questing Druid, it means they have a Force of Will in their hand as well. I've already used 2 Force of Wills, but there are 4. If we make it to 4th, jeez, that's not good. I mean, it's pretty easy. We just play a Black Lotus and cast it. We just play a Relic of Sauron and cast it. It's not that bad. I mean, most of the time you're Tinker or transmuting into it. Like, obviously you don't want to draw Citadel. No one has ever wanted to draw Citadel. But sometimes you cast it, sometimes you can, for sure. Yes, I know right now we can't cast either of those cards, Chess. I'm aware. I'm talking about how you cast Citadel with this mana. Why? All right, well, they don't have Hardcast Force. That's nice, I guess. But they did just Brainstorm, so... All right, get me out. Yeah, I mean, my opponent's draw was quite good against us. I don't even think it was that bad for us, but it didn't work out for what we were trying to do there. Yeah, no, I can't. So Lavinia stops most of my deck from being playable. I didn't realize that they had a Lavinia in this deck at all. Probably a switch up from Kabloom from the normal list. Don't believe that Unlucky Monkey is a believer in Lavinia. This hand does not cast magic cards, so... No. Mystical is so bad against the Pyroblast control deck. Show me your secrets. Force, Ponder, Sapphire, Ruby, Time Walk, Swords. Yeah, I guess so. Are they gonna force my Soul Ring? Please. Hope they negate it. Sorry, I hope they force it, not negate it. And then I cast on their turn. They're thinking about it. I mean, I get why they're thinking about it. It's not unreasonable, but oh, my opponent actually is not thinking about it. They've just lost connection to the game. that's that's quite funny to me. We all thought they were thinking about it, but really, they're just not here. So no one's thinking about it. All right, they're back. Any Soul Rings? So I can top and spin. And if I don't like it, Lorien Reveal. I mean, I have to Lorien Reveal no matter what. So it kind of doesn't make sense to do that. Ugh. Pretty sure we get a non-basic, right? Because all of our other lands are just much more important than an Underground Sea. I guess so. Yeah. But like, what if we? Oh, they did negate it, pitching Time Walk. Okay. No, I hit the wrong one. Oops. It's so bad because they would have had to force using their Ponder. Now they can Sapphire Ponder. Ah, it's so unfortunate. That's so bad for me. It's like a huge misclick. Oh well. They can have Pyroblast now too. Well, they just like wouldn't Ponder if they don't. It was really bad. It was like extremely bad. The reason was because normally on my turn, I'm not casting Ancestral, but I want to cast Ancestral on there because they pitched the negation. So they either drew Strip Mine for turn or off of Ponder. They have to have a blue card or a Pyroblast. Okay. Wow. It just resolved and it's still terrible. It's pretty funny. A ring is good. Maybe I'm supposed to hold this so I don't get wastelanded, actually. Probably am. They drew Ren in 6. Yeah. I mean, this means my ring resolves, though. Doesn't that just win the game? Pretty sure that means we just win the game. I don't think they can actively beat a ring, right? They would have to have a 4-color prismatic ending. They should buy Lurrus probably, right? Oh, they almost didn't even red in 6. This game was really weird. Sure. I guess I should have gotten a volcanic island. I don't know if that's actually, it's probably still not true. I mean, I should get this engine in play. Maybe I could blind into a Mox. Okay. Well, they're dead. I mean, we were just winning with the one ring anyways. They can't actively beat a one ring, so it doesn't really matter. But it is sick. This deck is so cool, man. All right, here we are, 5th and final round with our 40k deck. We're up against Juan Anton, powerful combo wizard. This hand does do the slapping. I think this is a keeper. Got all my 40k cards. No Lurrus revealed. I think I'm just going to jam Saga turn 1 and try to get this suspended into some cards that matter. I don't think I actually care much about constructs here. Not like I can cast this Infiltrator until I draw another blue card anyways, so I don't think it does a lot of good to go Workshop Island. Volcanic Island. Interesting. Upkeep Ancestral. Upkeep red mana. Upkeep red mana. Misclick, maybe? Misclick. Yeah? I mean, Upkeep Ancestral's sick here. Don't force it. I don't know. We're losing by a lot. We don't have an Ancestral of our own. Don't have a extra backup for this. Yeah. Force pitching Preordain. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. It is looking bad. My hand is not really equipped to be a vintage keep on that level. Though I can cast this Citadel, so I simply need to get a Black Lotus, right? I probably want to go Workshop then. It's going to be a hope and pray angle, just like hope my opponent doesn't have a force and just jam a Citadel and hope that's enough. Not much we can really do from here. I think the keep is fine. Like, we obviously... Oh, they have a Wasteland in the deck? Well, that's a problem. That is a huge problem. I was not aware. So it has Preordain and Wasteland and no Lurrus. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Maybe we'll draw like a Relic of Sauron or something. They have 7 cards in hand. We're so doomed. How much to do? Ancestral Recall, winning games of Magic since 1993. Oh, is this just Ren and 6 Oath? Just rug Oath control? Dang, that is not a good matchup. Pyroblasts, Wastelands. Can't hard cast this negation. Yeah, but I mean, they're gonna have a bunch more forces at this point. They've cast Ancestral Preordain. There's basically no chance the next spell I cast resolves. Yep. Ren and 6 Wasteland lock. I needed a blue card or not to play my Workshop to hard cast this negation on Ren and 6. Wow. Yeah, we got bullied. We got bullied for sure. Oh, they're gonna go for the Underground Sea? Sure. Alright, I think it's Black Lotus and Prey. Tolarian Academy. Yeah. I can't say we have drawn very well in this game, but it's kind of just magic, right? This looks like an atrocious matchup, though. I can't really think of a worse one. Pitch to hand size. Island. Urza's Saga. Yeah, I think we just have to keep deploying this so that we have the chance to draw into a Black Lotus and cast it. It's not resolving. But I also can't concede because I need to see if my opponent has Oath or not. Like they're pitching to hand size every turn. Mystic Sanctuary. So maybe just rug control then. They have strip mine now. Wild. It's a rough way to go. Lose to the O2 rug control deck. Happens. Not much we can do. Like I said, I could have sequenced differently to not have a workshop in play when I top deck negation for this Ren and 6, but it's kind of hard to make that play. I think workshop was the best way to sequence at the time, so time vaults. Guess that's a way out. Maybe they'll wasteland my workshop now. I assume my opponent's not going to show me anything and they're just going to beat me with an Oko. Oh, Vigor pitching Vigor in the main. Yeah, this deck seems real tough to beat. Vigor pitching Vigor in the main of a Rug Ren and 6 Strip Mine Lock control deck, huh? Yeah. Are they just going to emblem now? No. One more Strip Mine, it looks like. They'll probably hit the workshop now. Yeah. I mean, if they don't have a force and we draw a Black Lotus, we technically get to cast Chaos Defiler, killing Ren and 6 and stopping the lock. That would be them not having a force, which seems highly unlikely, but Jets. All right, I'm done, chat. I don't care anymore about figuring out more about their deck. I feel like this is a Ren and 6 matchup. Sorry, a Worm Coil Engine matchup, and I feel like this is an Argenta Masticore matchup, and I feel like I just want to get rid of Mystical and Vampiric and Chain. And maybe we want a Needle. I feel like we don't need a Paradox Engine here. This looks fine. It depends on if this deck plays Collector Oof or not. If they have Collector Oof, we need Dismember, but it's like no guarantee they have Collector Oofs. So I guess we have to play a Chain at the very least. Because we can't beat a... I mean, we can. We have a Worm Coil and some other things and a Chaos Defiler, but I feel like we do need to keep in Chain. I don't want to board in Dismember until I see a Collector Roof, though. Some people play Collector Roof in this deck and some don't. I think it's definitely correct to play Collector Roof, but... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a keeper to me. Probably want to cast Mana Crypt before showing Saga, but that does make me weak to Vigor. So maybe we just play Saga and pass? Probably. All right. I think this matchup is tough, especially if they have Collector Roofs. It's going to be very tough. Be a rough way to lose the 5-0, but happens. You're playing a league, you can play against anything. Playing Magic, you can play against anything. On color, Emerald, plus Wasteland, plus what is this? Oh, just turn 1 Collector Roof. Yeah, I have the wrong force. I don't have Dismembers in my deck. They locked out themselves of mana. Yep. Jet. Yep. All right, well, we've lost the game. The game has been lost. Not much we can do here. My opponent just wastelands this Saga, lets this one go. So sad. Guess I should have just brought in the 2 Dismembers anyways, but none of these cards would have been cut, so I wouldn't have had them in my hand. I just needed to have the other force. Negation has a downside. It's a pretty big one, too. Also, my opponent hitting the, like, 1 of 2 Moxen to play turn 1 Collector Roof is just so on brand for this kind of deck. It's okay, though. They should wasteland this. Let this one go, probably. Oh, cool. They're just gonna let both go. I kind of vibe with that plan, too. Because these are both vanishing lands with a Collector Roof in play. I'd have to draw an Ancient Tomb. I don't even have an Ancient Tomb in my deck, so... I'll just get a needle and name Strip Mine, I guess. So in case I draw my island. This is how Collector Roof beats Saga. Very common occurrence. Don't let anyone tell you differently. There is a downside. If I had technically had an Ancient Tomb in my deck, I could play Ancient Tomb here and make a Construct token. Maybe I should have just negated this Emerald. Silly me. These are the worst possible draws, huh? I don't even have double needle, so like this wasteland will always be over my head. I hit a fetch land as well. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a bad matchup. It went how we thought it would. Not much we can do if opponent decides to register the O2 deck. They've also top decked exactly fetch land too, which is not ideal. Brandon 6. Yup. I probably has force backup, honestly. If you kept Emerald, Wasteland, Oof, you probably have force backup on turn 1. No? Interesting. Maybe they have a negation. Lorien revealed. Yeah. I mean, if I get a Underground Sea, it means I can go get my island, so. Well, if they, like, resolve it, I can't ever win the game, though, so. Oh, they just have 2. Sick. I would definitely force a Ren and 6 through. All right. Give me out. All right, no 5-0. My opponent, I want to say they wanted it more, but that's not exactly how I would describe registering rug control. So, yeah, not bad. A 4-1, a very strong 4-1. I have to say both Warhammer cards were pretty impressive. The Infiltrator was great. It was really nice. It was just a great way to use a mana sink. Worked with Academy and Workshop very well. The Defiler was great as well. It kind of killed a bunch of random things in a deck that doesn't normally get to kill things. So not bad. Overall, the shell is still like not great because it's super clunky. Like unlike Jewel, you actually do get to cast your forces in this deck, which is nice. But you're still like relying on Workshop Mox and Ring Hands to like actually have any power. It just feels like it would blow, you know, it crumbles under the weight of a single null rod, which is definitely still true. Yeah, it's got some problems, but it's a fun deck. It's a cool deck, and I actually have to give a seal of approval here to the Infiltrator and the Chaos Defiler for both being pretty reasonable cards. If you want to see more decks like this, more vintage action on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will see you then.